Hey guys, it's Dave from Animal Experiences. Today I've got a real treat for you. We're going to go out into a vernal pool, and I like to come here at least once or twice every year. It's one of my favorite places to go in the spring, and I'm not sure what we'll find today, but you'll see what I'm seeing. If you don't know what a vernal pool is, it's a spot in the woods usually, fills up with water during the winter from either rain or melting snow, and it's where amphibians love to come and have their babies. So we're going to see if anybody has laid eggs yet. It's a little early in the spring, but hopefully find some salamander eggs, maybe some tadpoles. The wood frogs will have bred by now, and we'll see what's here. All right, so you won't be seeing me now. You'll be seeing what I see, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something today. All right, well, let's see what we got. All right, so looking out over the vernal pool here, you can see lots of trees, brush, obviously water. What we want to find out is what's in that water today. So this is one of the biggest vernal pools I've gone to over the years. It's a really neat place to visit. Sometimes a little later in the spring, lots of noise here with frogs calling and stuff, but still a little early for most of the frogs. But let's see if we can find some tadpole eggs. I mean, some salamander eggs and possibly some tadpole eggs, but I'm not sure about that. Let's see what we got. I'm going to go to the shallow area first. Lots of grasses and stuff there. We may not see anything there, but the grasses I'm going to show you provide a place for all sorts of organisms to live, and that's something that baby salamanders and tadpoles would feed on. So let's take a walk over in that direction. I've got my big wading boots on, so I'm not the most graceful person when I'm wearing them, but let's see what we got. So now if you see here, hopefully there's not too much glare on the water. The water here is about maybe 5 inches deep. You can see all the green grass-like or moss-like stuff. And what'll happen is the water, as the weather warms up, this water is going to evaporate. There'll be less and less water, and eventually all this green stuff will be exposed, and baby salamanders and things will be in there. Let's see if we can find some salamander eggs. Now, the water I'm in right now is probably about a foot deep. I see what looks like some eggs over here. Now, salamander eggs can be cloudy or clear. This is a pretty cloudy mass here. Let's see if I can lift them up a little bit. All right, you can see it's kind of jelly-like. It's hard to see eggs in there. Let's see if I can find a clear mass. I don't think they would have hatched yet, so let's see what we can find here. Okay, here's another batch. You can see the eggs here. All right. Now the dark spots you see in there, those are going to develop into baby salamanders. In fact, they're not round. When they're first laid, they're round. These guys are beginning to get a little bit elongated. And I know it's hard to see in that mass there, but it's amazing the way they hold together. So inside that mass is all individual eggs. Let's see if we can find some more. I'm not seeing any frog eggs at this point. So, let's see. And some years there's loads and loads of eggs. Other years there's far fewer eggs. And this may be one of those years where there's not too many, because there are some times I'm here and there's just clumps of eggs everywhere. So let's go over this way. And I really can't, so many leaves and things on the bottom, it's hard to tell what I'm walking into. But all right, so here we have another white batch of eggs, and really difficult to see anything in there. Over here, there's another batch. Okay, another one where you actually can see some little guys in there. So these are going to be spotted salamanders. Now let's go just a little further here. Now, I don't know if you can even see this. Probably not. But this is the remnants of frog eggs over here. That would have been from wood frogs. They would be tiny, tiny black tadpoles. I might grab my net and just see if I can scoop through the water and if we find any tadpoles in the leaves. But it looks pretty sparse for the salamander eggs. So this might be a year where they're just not as plentiful as other years. There's another batch over here. All right, and the dark spots are the babies. Okay, now you can see that's a decent size. It's not a real huge clump. I'm going to guess there's about 20 babies, maybe 24 in this clump. Some of them are much, much bigger than this. All right, I'm going to grab my net, and we'll see if we can net up some tadpoles. I'll find the easiest way out here. And I don't know if there's more glare because of the sun not being too bright, or if it's less today. But let's find a net. I know I put one down somewhere. A lot of branches on the ground. I'm going to think that's from the storm we had the other day. If you're not from around the Rhode Island area, you may not know, but we had a heck of a wind and rainstorm a few days ago. All right, so you can see the edge here. On a couple of occasions over the years, I have seen turtles here, but I wouldn't consider this a typical spot for turtles to be hanging out. So let's see. Just going to drag through the stuff here. Now, if you can see that movement at the bottom of the net, that is baby wood frogs. Let's see if I can get them in my hand just so you can see them a little better. So, let's find a spot where I can reach in here. right, so in my hand, those are baby wood frogs. Those are wood frog tadpoles. I would guess from their size they're at least 10 days, 2 weeks old. Wood frogs are the guys that breed the earliest of all the frogs around here. I'm going to put these guys back in the water. There's probably tens of thousands of them in this vernal pool. That's probably a real low estimate. Probably hundreds of thousands. Alright, so I don't think we're going to find too much more today. Oh, wait a minute. This might be a clump of frog eggs. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yes, these are frog eggs. It's interesting. Frog eggs are usually in a clump of some sort. Toad eggs are a string of eggs. So if you ever see a long, oh, there's all sorts of tadpoles. Now that I've kind of moved around and disturbed them here, lots of tadpoles swimming around. Alright, so we found some salamander eggs. I've got wood frog tadpoles. Nobody else this early in April. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this and maybe learned a little something about where your amphibians come from. Alright, so again, this is a vernal pool. By the middle of summer, this will either be dried up or mostly dried up. But right now in early spring, there's loads of water here. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Take care. We'll see you again soon.